Hi all, good morning.
Hi, Daniel. Good morning.
Hope my voice is audible to everyone and my screen is visible.
Yes, we can hear you. We can see the screen.
Okay, thank you. I will request to be on mute if you're not speaking, and if you have any question, you can unmute and you can ask. So welcome to this SQL training session, and we have the demo class today. So first of all, about my introduction, myself, Mohammed Tanvir Khan. I have around 13 years of experience in IT industry working on majorly on database related projects, especially in finance domain with SQL, Python, and Unix as my primary skill sets. So coming to the course, this is a weekend batch that is Saturday and Sunday morning 8 to 10 a.m. IST. That is 2 hours daily, and the course duration will be between 2 to 2.5 months. Okay. And this course will start from scratch. There is no prerequisite needed for this course. Even if you don't know anything about SQL, anything about database, that is fine. We will start from scratch. We assume that our participants they don't know anything about SQL, so that's why we will start from scratch. Okay. And who can learn SQL? So, like currently in IT industry, most of the projects are based on the data. So, and to work with data or to play with data, SQL is a must to have a skill set. Okay. So, any project, I will request to be on mute. Okay. So, any project which is related to data, SQL is a must to have a skill set. So, I have mentioned here a few of the job profiles in which SQL is very much required. It's like database admin, software developers. Software developers means here SQL developer, ETL developer, okay, and then data analyst and data scientist, business analyst, data engineers, quality assurance tester, mean the ETL tester or the database tester. Okay, and in general, in IT professionals, even if you're working at the front end, you should know SQL. Okay, and students because if you are means if you have to attend an interview down the line, so for sure they will ask you questions from the SQL and database. Okay, and for those if anyone wants to switch from non-technical to technical field, SQL is again must to have a skill set, and I think you all know about the significance of SQL, and that's the reason you are today in this forum. Okay, and so this is all about this course. And here I have this syllabus which will be covered in this course. These all topics are there. You could see like we will start from the scratch, how to create table, how to insert data. Okay. And then this basic keywords. And then slowly we will move to this aggregate functions. Okay. And then means different keywords are there. Recursive CT, the advanced SQL, pivot function, and simple comparison operators. Then this set operators will be covered. Joins, different type of joins will be covered. Subquery, different constraints, and this window function or the analytic function. And then all these conceptual questions. I have shared this on my LinkedIn page as well multiple times. So these conceptual questions will also be covered during this course. Okay, and apart from that, on a daily basis, we share assignment questions and recording. So once the class is over at 10 a.m., within 30 minutes or 1 hour, you will get the recording, assignment, and the workbook and the classroom notes. And this is purely hands-on session. Okay, so it's not like we have any PPT. We'll run through the PPT and we will show you. So it's a purely hands-on session. We will try to keep everything like we will write the code, we'll execute it, and we'll show you that how it is working. And you have full freedom to ask questions and to interact. Okay. So that's all about this course. Uh, do you have any question, anyone? No questions?
So
Okay.
what is the database that we are using? Can we hear?
Good question. So generally the databases which are used are uh, Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle. I'm writing it down for everyone because I know you are fresher, you are from non-technical background, so you will understand what is database and what all different databases we have. And you have Netezza, you have Teradata. Okay, so these are some of them. Then you have MySQL. These are some of the common and the famous databases which IT industry which we use in the IT industry. Okay. And I'll be teaching you generic SQL. A generic SQL means that will be applicable on all these databases. Okay, I'm not telling you that I'll be teaching you on Oracle. Okay, Oracle and Microsoft SQL Server. But it doesn't mean that whatever I'll be teaching you, you cannot execute it on Postgres, Netezza, Teradata, or MySQL. No, whatever I'll be teaching you, that will be generic SQL, and you can practice it on any databases. It will work everywhere. But there will be slight like 0.5 percentage syntax will be different. So that will tell you that wherever the syntax is different. But especially when if you're appearing for the SQL interview, the interviewers will check your logic building ability, that how is strong you are in building logic. And that is same across all these databases. Okay. But during my course, I'll be teaching you on Oracle and Microsoft SQL Server. Okay. But again, I'm repeating, it is same and it is your wish. If you want that, Tanvir, I want to practice on Postgres. Fine. Okay. You can practice on it. You will get the same result. Okay. And why I'm teaching on Oracle, the reason is many of you don't have the personal laptop. You're working in official laptop, right? So in the official laptop, they will not allow you to download anything, correct? So in that case, what happens in this Oracle platform? Let me show you this. It's very simple. You don't have to download anything. Just go in any browser and type here Oracle Live SQL. You can see this now, Oracle Live SQL. Click on this, and during the course, don't make a note of anything because all these things will be shared with you. Okay, recording will be shared once the class is over. So please don't make a note of anything. Once the class is over, and then if you're going through the recording, if you want to prepare your own note, that is fine. Okay, so this is Oracle Live SQL. You can see this. So click on this. Okay. Now after this, you have to click on start coding. Okay. So this is the benefit. It will not ask you to download anything. But for other databases, like if you're practicing on Microsoft SQL Server, any other database, they will ask you to download. Okay. So it is because I have already logged in using my this email ID. So that's why it is not asking me for the details. But for you, it will ask you to create account. Okay, and then you have to create your account. And in that, the basic details like your name, your company name, your designation, okay, your Gmail ID, you have to provide all those things. Even suppose you don't want to mention your company name or your designation, you can write anything. They're not going to validate it. But of course, your Gmail ID must be the valid one because on that Gmail ID, they will send you a notification. I think you know all those things. And then from there, you can set your password. And the next time you can log in Miracle Life SQL with your user ID and password. So see, this is the benefit of it. Even if you're working in your official laptop, or suppose you are in office and if you have some free time, okay, so you can practice these queries there. They will not ask you to download anything. That's why we used to teach on this Oracle. But we have SQL Server as well. Let me show you this. So this is Microsoft SQL Server. So I will share the link how to download it. You can practice on this as well, your wish. But my strong recommendation is those who are very new to SQL. So please don't do all this research when you're very new. Otherwise, you will get confused. Okay. For the initial few days, pick any one database as per your convenience and practice on it. Okay. But again, I'm telling it's your wish. You can practice on anything. Don't think that okay, Tanvir is teaching on Oracle, but in my company they are using Postgres. It is different. No, it is not different. The same SQL query you will use, even it is Snowflake, okay, data lake. We're using the same SQL queries everywhere. And that's the reason the SQL is almost 45 years old, but still it is ruling the IT industry. There's no replacement for it. Okay. Any other question? Hope I answered your question.
Yes, Tanvi. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question, anyone?
So, how would be the scope for SQL? Not only SQL, since because when we go through the career path right now, so there are
Mm-hmm.
a number of domains which SQL is used, like Azure, Cloud Azure Engineering, I
Mm-hmm.
think Hadoop, something what I heard. So,
Mm-hmm.
how it will be helping in that case?
Mm-hmm. Very good question. So, see, actually, you have to understand the trend in the IT industry. Okay. During 2000 and around it, mostly in IT industry, C++, most of the projects were based on this C and C++. And then COBOL mainframe was also there, but this was like a ruling. Okay, everyone wants to know, wants to learn this. So if you have done your graduation during 2007, 8, 10, so you might know this that in our college days, because I am a 2011 pass out. So during those days, that there was a lot of what I can say like hype about C. Everyone wants to learn the C language. If anyone is talking about the software industry, so it means they're talking about C language, right? Then from 2000, almost I'm telling you rough tentative timelines. Okay, 2011 onwards, so Java, .NET, okay, they started getting a lot of momentum. Okay, so everyone they want to learn Java. So then till 2020, it was in huge demand. And I'm not telling that it is out of market. No, it has been decommissioned. No, I'm not telling that. It is still in demand. But like the demand, it keeps on fluctuating, right? Now, from 2015 onwards, when there was when there was mushrooming of a lot of social media platforms, e-commerce applications, right? And the sources which were generating a lot of data. Okay. Then came the world of big data. And okay. And from there, your Python, SQL, although SQL was there, okay, but SQL and especially SQL and Python, they both became very means people wants to use this Python and SQL because that was used in most of the projects because these two language you can use to play with the data, okay, Python and SQL. So that's why the trend keeps on changing, okay. Like currently, if I'm talking about 2023, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, recommendation engine. Recommendation isn't is part of that only. So now like this is a buzzword, right? But again, if you want to work on this, you should be strong in ETL and SQL. These are the basic core concepts which you should know. I'm not telling that this is the only one. Apart from this, you have to learn the statistics, mathematics, R language, and few other languages as well. Okay. So currently, what is happening, especially after 2020 in the IT industry, most of the projects are based on data. And that is why you might have heard this data is the new oil or data is the new gold. Because if you want to understand how your business is performing, you have to understand the data of your business, right? Suppose Amazon, okay, the owner of the Amazon, Jeff Bezos, do you think he has the time to look into the transactions happening on a daily basis in each and every location, in each and every department? Of course, no, right? So how he will understand how his company is performing, right? So based on the data, based on the report, they will understand that where the profit is increasing or decreasing, where the revenue is increasing or decreasing. So that is why nowadays each and every company they have to store the data, they have to process the data so that those data can fetch them the meaningful information and from that they can make some good business strategies or the good business decisions, right? So that's why currently in the IT industry, most of the projects are based on data. Now, to work on data related projects, this Python and SQL, there is no replacement for this. If you will ask me, Tanvir, I don't know as SQL, can I work in data related projects? Sorry, sir, not possible at all. Not possible at all. Okay. If you're working on front end, if you don't know SQL, that is fine. To a certain extent, you can work on it. Okay. But if you're working at the back end on data related projects, and I will tell you the job profiles. Uh, Data analyst, purely based on SQL. And again, I'm not telling only SQL. For data analyst, you should know SQL, you should know Python, and any BI tool, maybe Power BI or Tableau, anyone. Okay. And then Excel. And then if you're going for data engineering role, again, you should know SQL, then you should know any cloud application, and then you should know ETL pipelines, and then you should know Python. Okay, these all things are the basic skill sets you should know. If you're planning for business analyst, so nowadays business analyst is a techno-functional role. Earlier, business analyst means you should know only the functional part, that is fine. But nowadays, business analyst means you should know the technical part as well. It means you should know how to write SQL queries. You should know about the ETL pipelines. You should know about the different ETL layers. But earlier means almost 5, 7 years back, and this was not the scenario. The business analyst means the person who should know how the business runs, right? But that's not the expectation these days. If you're going for business analyst role, they will ask you, do you know the technical part as well? Do you know how to write SQL query? Okay, because suppose if the client is interacting with you and there is some issue in the data, the client will ask you that why this is not working, right? Why I'm getting incorrect output. So you cannot tell that, okay, I will get back to the developers and I will check it. No, immediately you should know how to write query and you should tell the reason. You should do the root cause analysis. Is that clear? So for business analyst, SQL and the domain. Domain means if you're working in finance, if you're working in life sciences, healthcare, insurance, automobile, manufacturing. So you should know that particular domain, at least something you should know. Okay. And then Excel and Power BI. Okay. So Excel is mandatory for business analysts and SQL as well these days. And then Power BI is a reporting tool. You should know this. Power BI or Tableau, anyone. Why I'm mentioning Power BI? Because Power BI is in huge demand these days as compared to Tableau. Because this is a Microsoft product and the license cost is less. That's why most of the companies they are going for Power BI. And then you have SQL developer. Again, SQL is mandatory. ETL developer. So these two job profiles, you have to be very strong in SQL and Python as well. You have to be very strong. This first three job profiles, first three, not first and third. Even if you're not that much strong in Python, third means Python they will not ask. Mainly I'm telling you the first data analyst. Even if you're not that much strong in Python, to a certain extent, the recruiters can compromise. Okay. But SQL developer, ETL developer, data engineering, Python is a must to have a skill set. Compromise it. Okay. And then you have ETL or database tester. For this as well, SQL is a bread and butter. You cannot survive without SQL. Database admin, SQL is mandatory. So these are the few of the job profiles, okay, in which you cannot work without SQL. And these are some of the means in these are some of the means these job profiles are in huge demand these days in IT industry. If you want, you can check on Naukri or LinkedIn job profiles. Okay. Hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir.
Any other question? And like my sessions are purely interactive. You have full freedom to ask question, challenge my concepts, and I appreciate the session is interactive. Okay. Any other question, anyone? Okay. And we teach each and everything from the engine perspective. Like, show you, like, see, this is the example of the previous S14 batch, how we used to cover like each and everything. If I'm writing a SQL query, suppose if I've written this query, and how this query is internally getting executed by the SQL engine, how the engine is fetching data, how it is comparing. So each and everything here, whatever, like suppose this is inner join. So if I've written this query, this is the output, then how this is getting executed. Okay. The order of execution, how the engine executes the query. And this is where most of the students they fail. Many of you has connected with me and told that Tanvir, I know basics of SQL, but I fail to write complex SQL queries. The reason is because you don't know the internal working of engine. You don't know that how the engine is extracting data and displaying that. Okay, so that is what the main intention, main focus of this course, that we try our level best to make you understand that how the internal engine is working. Okay, so fine then. If you have any other question, that's fine. Else I will start. I have shown you the syllabus as well. So this is the syllabus. This will take approx 2 to 2.5 months to complete. Okay, so can you raise your hand? How many of you are, or how many of you already know SQL? Maybe the basics of SQL, or little bit, or long back you have studied SQL. Those who are from my previous batch, you can ignore this question. Others, those who are new, can you raise your hand? One. Okay. Apart from that, two. Okay, fine. Okay, so I think it is new for everyone. So fine. Okay. So see, first of all, then I have to explain you why SQL, why we are learning SQL. I have shown you the job profiles in which SQL is mandatory. Okay. But now the question is that, okay, fine, then we understood that in this job profile, SQL is mandatory. But why in a company and they are looking for SQL expert, or for this job profiles, why SQL is needed? Okay. The reason is, suppose, same example I will quote you. You consider the example of Amazon, right? So Amazon, they have a lot of transactions happening on a daily basis, correct? So how the owner will understand how the business is doing, how they will understand. It's not possible for him to check each and every transaction, correct? Or it's not possible for him to visit each and every location. So for that, he has to fetch the data and to extract meaningful information from them. Like suppose during this Diwali season, there was a Great Indian Festival sale going on Amazon, right? So now they must be interested in knowing that, okay, after that sale, how much total revenue or profit they have made, right? So for that, it means they have to extract the data from the database. The SQL language will help you in doing this. It will help you in storing data. It will help you in extracting the data, the meaningful information what you are looking for. So that's the reason SQL is in huge demand. Okay. Now let's take the example, the basic example, take the example of which table I should take. Suppose there is a retail store. Okay. And in this retail store, I have customer ID, customer name, transaction amount, location. Okay. So suppose uh, I have this retail store, and in this, I want to maintain the data of each and every customer, their ID, customer name, transaction amount, and the location. Okay. So suppose the customer ID is one, customer name is Tom, transaction amount is 2000, location is Delhi. Okay. Customer ID is 2, customer name is John, Transaction amount is 4,000. Location is Chennai. And third, it is Sara. It is 6,000. It is Pune. So can anyone tell me what I'm trying to do here? Any idea what I'm trying to do here?
Region wise cell.
We are storing
Fine.
data.
I'm storing data. Very good. In a simple words, I'm storing data of my business transaction, right? Even if you go to your nearby departmental store, right? So maybe if they don't, nowadays everyone they have the laptop or the computer in that they are maintaining everything, right? Even if you go to the local medical shop, so you will see that they have a computer and that they are maintaining their inventory, the sales and the revenue report, right? So that's what you can understand from that as well, how important it is to maintain that data. In earlier days, you might have seen during the 1970s or 80s, there was a Munshiji who used to maintain the data in that long register, right? So now that has been replaced with this computer and the databases. That's the only thing. Okay. And earlier the transactions were not that much high. Nowadays the transactions, the volume, the velocity, the veracity is too high, and that's why you cannot manage it in a manual way that you are maintaining register and you are making a note of each and every transaction. That's not possible, right? So for that we need some automated way which should play with the millions of transactions. Can you imagine the transactions happening on Amazon or Flipkart, or the videos which are uploaded on YouTube or the Facebook, number of tweets, okay, happening on a daily basis on Twitter, right? So these are a few examples where you can realize that, oh yes, a lot of transactions are happening on a daily basis, and it's not possible to manually understand and to process it, right? So that's the reason that we need some automated way which should store all these transactions, all this data, and extract as per the requirement, right? So I'm just taking an example that I have a small retail store, and in this store, I want to manage this customer ID and the customer name, the transaction they have done, and the different locations. Okay. So consider these are the locations of this customer. Tom is from Delhi, John is from Chennai, Sarah is from Bangalore, Pune, and suppose this retail store is in Bangalore. Clear? Okay. So we are storing data. So you might have, I think you all know how to store data in Excel sheet, right? But I will show you that how now you can store this in a database, in a database. So hope you all understood how to log into this Oracle Live SQL. It's very simple. Just navigate to in the Google path, type Oracle Live SQL. It will ask you to create an account. I have shown all these steps. So we will share the recording with you. And today's recording will be shared, I think, after 2 to 3 hours because it's a demo class. So we will upload the recording on YouTube, and that takes time to upload. But from the next class onwards, we have our learning management system. We have our app. So we'll take classes in that app. And once the class is over, immediately, I think it takes 20 minutes or 10 minutes, it will automatically upload it and you will get a notification that the recording has been uploaded. And there you will find all those, what I can say, like your assignments and everything you can find there. Okay. So far, so good. Clear? Any question? Okay. Now, here I will show you in database how to create a table. So this is, where is this Excel sheet? 1 minute. Close this. So here, this is known as table. This is retail store, no? This is our table. Like its table is nothing but like our house, right? If I want to stay, so I need a house, right? So if you want to store data, you need a table. So first of all, we will discuss how to create a table. So for that, you have to write create table. retail store. Okay, so the meaning of this is okay. So here you have a concept of reserved keywords. Here, create is a reserved keyword. Table is a reserved keyword. Now the question is, what are the reserved keywords? Is my screen visible?
Yes, Tanvi.
Yes, it is.
Uh, just a minute, because it will hang at my end. Just a minute. Just a minute, guys. Give me 1 minute. Yes, I think there is some issue. Okay, I think I have to restart. It is not responding. Suddenly crashed. Okay, just give me 2 minutes. I will restart and then we can join again. Okay, hope I'm audible now, right?
Yes.
Okay, share my screen. Just a minute, let me close this tabs. 16. It was not saved. Okay. Yeah, this is the one. Oracle Live SQL. I think session is getting recorded now. Let me check once. Yes, it is getting recorded. It is Oracle Live SQL. You have to click on this. Start coding. Okay, so because I am already logged in, so it is not asking me to log in again. Okay, so now here, so I was telling like how to create a table. So for that, you have to write create table and then retail store. So see, I was explaining you reserved keywords. What are the reserved keywords? So here, create and table. These are the reserved keywords. But the question is, what is a reserved keyword? Reserved keywords means those keywords which SQL engine has a special meaning. They know what to do with this. Okay. So here, if I will write create, so engine will understand that, oh, user wants to create a table. And sorry, if I will write create, user will understand that, okay, user wants to create something. And then I have written table, it means user wants to create a table. So that is why it is known as reserved keyword. So you will write it and the engine will understand that, oh, what I have to do. Okay. Then I have written here retail store. It means user wants to create a table with the name a retail store. Hope this is clear so far. Okay. Now in this table, okay, one more thing I want to explain you here. So this was retail store. Now in this we have customer ID, we have customer name, we have transaction amount, we have location. 1, 2, 3. This is Tom, this is John, this is Sarah. 2000, 4000, suppose this is 9000. Location is Delhi, Chennai, Pune. So here what we are trying to do, we are trying to store the data of a business transaction. Okay. And these are known as columns. You can see here, no, this customer ID is one column, customer name is another column, transaction amount is another column, location is another column. So these are the columns. It is also known as fields. It is also known as attributes. Okay. So in this table, how many columns we have? We have 4 columns, but there is no limitation on the number of columns in a table. Okay, you can keep even only 1 column in a table, that is allowed. You can keep 50 columns in a table, that is also allowed. That totally depends on your business requirement. Okay, but it is recommended not to keep more number of columns in a table. Okay, because then that will lead to a lot of redundant data and all those things. Okay, so these are known as columns. So in this table, how many columns we have? We have 4 columns. Customer ID is 1 column, customer name is another column, transaction amount is another column, location is another column. And few of the projects, you will see that the people, they'll be telling that, okay, these are the fields. It is also known as field. It is also known as attributes. Okay. Now, this horizontal one are known as rows or records. So this is first record. This 2 John 4000 Chennai is the second record. 3 Sarah 9000 Pune is the third record. So in this table, we have 3 records. Okay. Again, there is no limitation on the number of records in a table. You can keep millions of records in a table. Right? Okay. So these are the records. And within, these are also known as records or roles. Okay. And these are known as data. John is one data, Chennai is another data, 9000 is another data, one is a data. These are known as data. Hope it is clear so far. Any question? No. So now within bracket, you have to write the columns what you want. So understand this columns as a room in your flat. Okay, if you want to construct a house, so you will give that your requirement to that designer or to the architect that okay, I want 3 BHK or 4 BHK, I want one lobby and then one hall, balcony, and all those things, right? So similarly here, I'm telling to the SQL engine that I want to create a table whose name is retail store, and in this table, I need this columns, customer ID, customer name, transaction amount, and location. So you are mentioning this to the SQL engine that I want these columns in this table. Hope it is clear so far. Any question? No? Okay. Now, after this, you have to tell to the SQL engine that in this columns, what type of data you are going to store. That you have to mention here. Like in customer ID, you could see here, in this customer ID, you are storing numbers, right? So whenever you have to store numbers, you have to mention here int. Int means integer. The moment you will write int here, the SQL engine will understand that, oh, user wants to store only numbers in this customer ID column. Okay. Then coming to customer name. In customer name, what you are storing? Alphabets, right? So whenever you have to store alphabets, you have to write varchar 50. You might be thinking, what is varchar? Why have I written 50? We will discuss all these things down the line. Okay, but for the time being, just understand that okay, whenever I have to store alphabets, we have to write varchar 50. You can write varchar 100 as so. You can write varchar 1 also. I will show you all those scenarios. Like if you write varchar 100, what will happen? If you write varchar 1, what will happen? If you write varchar 10, what will happen? We'll discuss all those scenarios. Okay. Now coming to the next one, transaction amount. So here, what do you think? What should be the data type?
Integer.
Integer, correct? Because here we are storing numbers.
Numbers.
So I have explained you that whenever you are storing numbers, you have to mention here int, and int stands for integer. Okay, good. Next is location. In location, what you are storing? Alphabets, right? So again, in alphabets, what you have to mention? You have to mention varchar 50. So this is the very basic syntax of creating a table. We have few other syntaxes as well. We'll see all those things down the line. Okay, but this is the basic syntax how to create a table. So net, what we are trying to do here, we have written create table. This create and table are two words, and these are the reserved keywords. What are the reserved keywords? Reserved keywords are those keywords SQL engine has a special meaning. It means the engine will understand what to do, right? In many movies, you might have seen, okay, the smugglers, okay, the criminals, they will be communicating with each other in code words, okay, so they will understand the meaning of that, right? So similarly here, this create and table are the code words for the SQL engine. They will understand that what exactly I have to do, okay. So here retail store is a table name. I have kept this table name as retail store, but again, it is your wish. You can keep any name here. It is purely the user wish. Suppose you can ask this question that Tanvir, I want to create a table for Amazon table. You can write Amazon here? Yes, you can write it. It's your wish. Okay. Any questions so far? No. Okay. And these are the column names. Customer ID is one column, customer name is another column, transaction amount is one column, location is another column. Again, for these columns, there is no restriction, it's your wish. You can keep the name of these columns as per the business requirement, as per your project requirement. Okay. Then you have to mention data type. Data type means the type of data which you want to store in this columns, you have to mention here. I have mentioned here int because in this customer ID column, I want to store number. Okay. So similarly, if in a column, if you want to store alphabets, you have to write varchar. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. And then you have to keep semicolon at the end. You could see here I've placed a semicolon. Okay. Then select it, and at the right side you can see one run button here. You could see here, no, run button is there in green color. So click on it. Now see at the bottom it is showing table is created. So SQL engine is telling me that this table we have created. Okay. Now if you want to see the structure of this table, so whenever you want to see the structure, you have to write DEST keyword. This is again a reserved keyword, and DEST means describe, means describe, and then write this table name, retail store. So the meaning of this query is line number 2. You are telling SQL engine that please describe the retail store table. Or in other words, you are telling SQL engine that please show me the structure of this table. If you have created this table, so please show me the structure. Okay. So let's check the structure. So you have to again click on this run button. Now see it is showing you the structure of the table. That in this table, retail store, table name is retail store, and the column name is customer ID, customer name, transaction amount, and the location. So the 4 columns which you have created in this retail store table, it is present here. So it means successfully the SQL engine has created this table retail store with all these 4 columns. And this type means the data type. I have mentioned here int, but it is showing as number. You might be thinking why it is showing as number. So actually you can write either int or you can write either number. They both are one and the same. It is your wish. Okay. And then it is varchar. It is coming as varchar2. Again, they both are same. Okay, but why I have written varchar? Because this varchar works on most of the database. This varchar2 works only on Oracle. If you write varchar2 in any other databases, so it will throw error message. And then for other columns, you have the data type. This null part, please ignore it for the time being. When we will discuss null, I will explain you what is null, because this is a separate topic of discussion and it will take some good amount of time. So we'll discuss it. Okay. So far, any question, anyone? So I have explained you so far how to create a table and to check the structure of the table. Okay. So you have created a table. Okay. What next? What you want to do after that?
We need to insert the data.
You have to store the data. That is the intention of creating a table, right? If you are constructing a house, what is the intention? You want to stay there. Correct? So that's what the table has been created. Now we want to store data. So when you want to store data, you have to write insert into. The moment you will write insert into, you see, this is what you have to do in the SQL course. You have to understand the meaning of each and every SQL keywords. What is the meaning of it? Actually, what we are trying to do, we are trying to communicate with the computer with the SQL language, right? So for that, you have to understand the language. Then you can communicate with the computer, and then you can tell that what type of data you want. And then it will fetch you the data as per your business requirement, right? So you have to write here insert into. It means you want to insert some data. Now the engine will ask where, which table, right? You have to mention the table name that I want in this retail store table. Oh, one more thing I want to highlight here. You might be thinking that Tanveer has written everything in lowercase. You can see that retail store is in lowercase, customer ID is in lowercase, customer name is in lowercase, and all other columns, transaction amount, location, everything is in lowercase. Then why here it is showing in uppercase? So please ignore this. This is not a concern. You you have a freedom here. You can create and all those things, whatever I have written in lowercase, you can write this in uppercase as well. Your wish. There is no restriction here. Or you can write few in lowercase, few in uppercase. That is also allowed. There is no such restriction. Okay. But here the SQL engine, while displaying the output, it will display always everything in uppercase. Okay. So I was showing you how to insert, how to save, or how to store data in a table. So for that, you have to write insert into, then this table name, retail store, and then you have to write here values. So it means from this you are telling to the SQL engine that in this retail store table, I want to store some values. Then you have to mention here what all values you want to store, right? So the first is customer ID. So the customer ID is one. So you have to write here one. So engine will understand that, oh, the customer ID one user wants to store. Next, which column? Next, which column data you want to
Customer
store?
customer.
Customer name, right? Customer name is Tom. So you have to write here Tom. Okay. One important point here, which you have to take care is this customer name. What is the data type? It is varchar, right? So whenever a column you have mentioned the data type as varchar, you have to be alert here. Alert in the sense that whatever you are trying to store, that has to be in this inverted quotes. If you will not keep it within inverted quotes, it will throw error message. I will show you that. Okay. The next column is the transaction amount, and it is integer, means number. So let's say it is 2000, and then after that you have location. The location is Delhi. So can I write Delhi like this?
No.
No. Good. Because location is again varchar, so this has to be within inverted quotes. Okay. Now give the semicolon at the end, select it, and then click on this run button. Okay. There is one shortcut as well to execute the query. Run button is there. You can click on the run button and this query will be executed. But there is one shortcut. Control and enter at the same time. When you will press no, it will also execute. Let me show you this. See, I have pressed control and enter. This has been executed. Line number 7. Okay. Now see here what it is telling. One row is inserted. It means SQL engine is telling that then this record we have inserted in this retail store table. Okay. So far, so good. Everything is clear. Okay. Now you
Yes.
can ask, good. So now you can ask a question that, okay, fine. Then this record has been inserted in the table, but can you show that record, right? How we can believe, how we can trust that, yes, this record has been inserted. Can you show us that record? So whenever you want to display some data from the table, for that you have to write select. The meaning of select is to display. It means in the moment you will write select, engine will understand that, oh, user wants me to display something, some data. Then you have to write the column names. What are columns you want to display? Customer ID, customer name, your wish. Suppose you want to display only customer ID and customer name. Write customer ID, comma, customer name only. If you want to write, if you want to display transaction amount, write transaction amount. If you don't want to display transaction amount, leave it, your wish. So for the time being, I'm showing you all the columns, and then I will show you for 2 columns only or 3 columns only. And then you have to write from. It means you are telling to the SQL, keep it in a separate line. So now from this, we are telling to the SQL engine that from which table. Because see, here you have only one table, right? But when you'll be working in project, so it is possible that you'll be having 500 or 1000 tables. Okay. So if you will just write this, how your SQL engine will understand that from which table you want this data, or in which table these columns are present, right? So that's why you have to give the complete address. So these columns are present in which table? retail store, right? So I have to mention here retail store, and then then you have to press semicolon. Then again click on the press Control Enter. So now see, it is displaying you customer ID is 1, customer name is Tom, transaction amount is 2000, location is Delhi. It means this record has been successfully stored in this retail store table. So far we have learned how to create a table, the basic syntax of it, and then how to insert data in a table, and then how to display the data which we have stored in a table. So far, any question?
So, Ashit, for
Hi, Kailash.
example,
Yeah, please go ahead.
Is the semicolon is mandatory?
See, here the semicolon is not mandatory. I will show you. I will remove this semicolon, okay? And I will run this. Still, it will work. It is giving the output, right? But in most of the databases, okay, like in Postgres, if you will not give semicolon, it will throw error message. So that is why we recommend our participants to cultivate this habit of keeping semicolon at the end. Okay. Otherwise, here it is not mandatory. Even if you will remove the semicolon, it will work. But make it a professional habit of keeping the semicolon at the end. Okay.
Yeah,
Hope I answered.
thank you. Yeah.
Next question.
so we have given it, column names to pull the data from the table. So we don't know the column names, for example. So whether we can pull the data from the table
I
name
will
itself.
I will show you that. So that answer is a star. I will show you that after this. So far, whatever I taught, do you have any question, anyone? Okay, here. Now, suppose here your client or your manager is telling that Tanvir, I want to see only the name of the customer. I'm not interested in his ID. I'm not interested in amount or location. Just show me the name. For that, what you have to do, right? Select customer name from the retail store. So the meaning of this is you want to display only customer name. It means the engine will understand that user wants only customer name from this retail store table. Okay. So now I will execute this. 1 minute. Now see it is showing only customer. So you can customize it. Whatever you want, you just keep that and select. It will display that. So that's why select is for the display purpose. Whatever you want to display, you mention here. The engine will display only those columns to you. Okay. Now the question is that okay, fine. Then or suppose we want to display customer name and location, both the columns. So give comma here and then write location. So from this, the meaning is you want to display customer name as well as location. So now when I will execute this query, you see it is displaying customer name and location. Okay. So you can ask a question that okay, fine. Then we suppose in my table I have 50 columns. Okay, and I want to display all the 50 columns. Do you think that all the 50 columns I have to write here one by one? So that's the one way you can write one by one, but that will be very tedious task, right? In that case, what you can do, you just write select and place an asterisk here, star, and then from the table name. So the meaning of this is you are telling SQL engine that the meaning of a star is all the columns. Okay, what is the meaning of star? All the columns. The moment you will write a star here, the SQL engine will understand that, oh, user wants me to display all the columns from this retail store table. Okay. Now see, I will execute this query. Are you getting all the columns in the output? Okay. Hope it is clear.
Yes,
Any questions so far, anyone? Questions? Okay, good. Similarly, now I will show you if you want to store another records. Suppose I want to store to John 6,000. Chennai. So now you see I'm trying to store IT2, name John, transaction amount 6,000, and the location is Chennai. Again, if you want to verify this data has been there in the table or not, so you run the same query, select star from retail store. Now see, you have both the records. You have Tom and you have John as well. Entire retail is there. Okay. Again, if you want to store one more data, one more record, right here for Sarah, free Sarah 7,000. Pune. So now check the data. You can run the query here as well. If you're getting this output, SQL statement output, it means you have to execute it again. Okay, it was not executed properly. Now see, you're getting the entire data. Hope it is clear so far.
Yes.
Any question?
So Tanvir, star is used to select whole table data.
Yes, all the columns it will give you, all the columns and all the data. If there is no filter condition, right now, just after this, I will tell you what is filter, how you can filter data here. But a star means all the columns. Is this clear?
If the
Hmm.
database is huge, then we can't apply star.
If the database is huge, you have millions of records, and if you still want all the columns, there is no other option. You have to use a star. But if you want a selected records only, you have to use filter. You have to filter the data. That I will explain you after this, how to filter the data.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem. Any other question? Okay, now suppose here, my manager is telling me that, Tanvir, okay, fine, good. You have created a retail store table. You have stored the data in this table. That is fine. But suppose now the requirement is my client is telling me, or the manager is telling me that, Tanvir, I want only the records of daily location. You understood my question, guys? Is that clear? I have a requirement where I have to show the transaction of only daily. Those who are from Delhi, many time it happens. You have a business, okay, in different states in the country, right? And you want to understand that, okay, how much transaction happened in Delhi yesterday, or in Chennai, right, or different locations, right? So for that, it means you have to filter the data, correct? So for that, what you can do, in the same query, select a star from retail store. You write here where keyword. So where keyword acts as a filter. The moment you will write where, the engine will understand that, oh, user wants to filter the data. Can you tell me some example from your daily life where you filter the data? You all do that. Can you tell me where? Any idea?
Shopping site.
Shopping site, good. Suppose you want to buy a mobile, so on Flipkart or Amazon or anywhere, so you will apply the filter, no? The brand you will apply the filter. Or suppose you want 6 GB RAM, in the RAM you will apply filter that I want 6 GB, and then you will see that it will show you all the 6 GB RAM mobiles only. That's again one simple example of filtering the data. What you're doing there, you're filtering the data, correct? So similarly here, when in the database, when you want to filter the data, you have to write where keyword. Okay. So now you want to filter the data on which column? Customer ID, customer name, transaction amount, or location. Which column?
Location.
Good. You want to apply filter on location. So you have to write here where location. So the moment engine will see that, okay, it is where location, engine will understand that, oh, user wants to apply filter on the location column. Now, what data you're looking for here? Daily. So you have to write daily here. Okay. Again, keep semicolon at the end and execute this query. Check the output. You're getting only daily data. Is this clear? Hope it is clear.
Yes.
Okay. We have filtered the daily data only. So I'm showing to my client the data of daily only. Okay. Now let's try to understand how this SQL query is getting executed internally. Okay. Now there is a concept of SQL order of execution. It will explain you that how your query is internally executed by the SQL engine. Okay. So first of all, from, then you have joins on, where, group by, aggregate, having, you have window function. I will not write here. You have to sometimes select distinct, ordered by, limit. Don't worry about all these keywords. We will discuss it one by one. Okay, let me keep this here just a minute, because this will be used n number of times in this course. Because here. I'm getting some background noise. Humble request to be on mute if you're not speaking. Thank you. Okay, so this is SQL order of execution. So in this, first is from. So it means first of all, the engine will execute the from keyword. Okay. So here in from, what you have written? You have written retail store. So it means, you see, now this is the tricky point here. You are starting your query with select, right? But engine will not read your query from select. It will first of all read the query from first of all. So it will pick this from retail store. Because from this, engine will understand that, okay, retail store is the table from which user wants data. So your SQL engine will search for this retail store table. So this is a retail store table, right? So let's keep it here. This is the table. Okay. Now from is over. After from, you have two more reserved keywords. One is select, another is where. So which one will be executed after from?
Where?
Where keyword. So what is the task of where keyword? To filter the data. Okay. This is done. So the moment engine will see where, engine will understand that, oh, I have to filter the data, but on which column? Location column, right? So engine will focus on this location column, that yes, this is the column where I have to filter the data. But in this column location, what data you are trying to filter here? You are trying to filter daily. So the engine will search daily in this column. So it will search this daily. So record by record, one by one, engine will search. It will just start with the first record. Do you think this is daily? No, this is not daily. So this record will be rejected. Do you think this is daily? No, this is not daily. This will also be rejected. Is this daily? Yes, it is daily. So this will be selected by the SQL engine. So where task is over. This is how the where keyword is executed by the SQL engine. Is this clear, guys, so far? Do you have any question? No? Okay. Then you have select. What is the task of select?
So that
Display the
To
data from
display
tables.
the data. After select, what you have written?
Table
Star.
name.
No, star I have written. What is the meaning of a star?
To check
All the
All the
columns.
record.
All the columns, not all the records, all the columns. So here, all these columns, engine will understand that, oh, user wants all the columns. Okay, fine, these are all the columns. But in this table, which record finally you have selected? This one, right? So the engine will copy this and it will display here. So that's why if you will check, you're getting this output, the same as this output as per our analysis. So this is how the SQL engine will execute this query. Is this clear so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So here I have shown you how to apply filter. Okay. Now you might be thinking that, okay, fine, Tanvir, you have shown here applying filter on the location column. Now suppose the client is asking, Tanvir, now I want only those transactions where the transaction amount is suppose greater than 5,000. Is my question clear? My manager is now interested in only those transactions where it is greater than 5,000. So now, okay, first of all, tell me one thing. Do you have to apply filter, yes or no? Yes, you have to
Yes.
apply filter.
Yes.
But on which column now?
Transaction amount.
Transaction amount. So first of all, you have to think that on which column user is telling me to apply filter. They have told that I want only those transaction which is greater than 5,000. So you write transaction amount. Okay. Then greater than. This is a symbol of greater than. I think we all have studied this in our primary school. Symbol of greater than 5,000. Okay. This is the query. That's all. Select it. Okay, this time I will not run this query. Let's do our own analysis first. So in this query, which keyword will be executed by the SQL engine? First, which keyword it will execute?
From.
from
From. Good. First of all, from retail store. So this is a retail store. It will take a copy. Okay. After from keyword is over. This task is over. Next, which keyword?
where
Where?
Where
Where. What is the task of where?
filtering the
filter out
record.
the
I mean
data.
To
columns.
filter the data. Which column you want to filter?
Transaction amount.
Transaction amount.
Very good. Transaction amount. So engine will understand that, oh, on this transaction amount column, I have to filter the data. Okay. But in this transaction amount column, what is the condition based on which condition you want to filter the data? You have mentioned here, you want greater than 5,000. Okay. So please remember one important point here. Engine will always scan your table row by row. So first of all, it will pick this first row, first record. It will check whether this is satisfying this condition of greater than 5,000. Do you think it is satisfying this condition greater than 5,000?
No.
What do you think, guys? Is this 6,000 greater than 5,000?
Yes.
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 Yes, it is satisfying the condition. So this record will be selected. Okay, then engine will move to the next record. So do you think this is satisfying the condition?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it will also be selected. Now next record. Is this satisfying the condition?
Home.
No.
No, it is not satisfying the condition. So this will be rejected. The task of where clause is over. We'll just apply the filter. Okay. Now next, select keyword. What is the task of select?
Display the data.
Display the data. After select, what you have written?
All.
Star. You have written a star. A star means all the columns. It means you want to display all the columns. Now, what all records you have finally filtered? These two records you have filtered, right? So that's why this should be the output, right? Now, let me run this query. and verify the output. Are you getting the same output? Is this the same output, guys?
Yes.
Yes, it's the same output. So this is how we apply filter, and I have shown you both the examples. Here I have applied filter on an alphabet column, means the column which has alphabets. Here I have applied a filter on a column which has numbers or integers. So this two example proves that yes, we can apply filter on a column if it has alphabets, and we can apply filter on a column if it has numbers or integers. Is this clear so far? So far, any question, guys?
No,
No,
Tanvir.
no questions. Oh, good. All clear. Perfect. Let me show you one more example now. Okay. I want to insert one more record. Suppose this is 4. This is suppose Abdul is earning 8,000. Abdul is also from Delhi. Okay. Fine. This record is inserted. If you want to verify the data, let me show you this. Here I will show you one thing. Oh, no, leave it, leave it, leave it. Now you will get confused. I will show that. Replace to. So you could see here now in this retail store, this is the data. Okay. Now again, suppose my manager is telling me that then we show me only those records where the location is Delhi. Okay, same question. Location Delhi data my manager wants now. And actually, this is the task of a data analyst. If you're working as a data analyst, you will get similar requirements from your client. Okay. So similar requirements, I'm not telling like this requirement. These are the simple one. They will not have this kind of questions. So that will be a little bit complicated. Like, Tanvir, what is the total profit we made in the second quarter of 2023? Okay, and compare that with the profit we have made in 2022 second quarter, and tell me whether it has increased or decreased. Okay. So anyway, for the time being, suppose my manager is asking me, then we show me those records where the location is Delhi. Okay. So we already have written that query. Where is that? This is the one, right? So let me execute this query. Now I will run this query here. And please don't make a note of all these queries, whatever I'm writing. We will share all these things with you in the group once the class is over. Now this is the query. And this is the output. Now tell me, is this correct output? No.
No.
Why this is not correct? What is the problem here?
Yes.
Abdul is also from Delhi, right?
Good. So here, if I will show this output to my manager, for sure he will ask me that Tanvir, I could see Tom and Abdul. They both are from Delhi, right? These two customers, they are from Delhi, right? But why you are showing only Tom to me? I don't agree. This is not the correct output, right? You all agree with this? You all agree?
Yeah.
Yes. This is not the correct output because Abdul is also from Delhi. So you have to display Abdul as well, but it is showing only Tom. But now the question is, what went wrong in this query? Why it is not giving Abdul in the output? Any thought, anyone?
The location name is in caps.
Good. Now see, try to understand this. Let's analyze this query. So in this query again, first of all, which keyword? From retail
From.
store, right? So engine will take a copy of this retail store table. Okay. So from is over. Then which keyword?
Where?
Where?
Where. The task of where is to filter the data. Okay, on which column you want to filter the data? Location column, I want to filter the data. Good. What is the value you are searching here? You're searching this value, correct? Okay. Now, engine will scan this table one by one, record by record. So is this Delhi? No, this is Chennai. You're looking for Delhi. So this will be rejected. Is this Delhi?
No.
No. No. It is Pune. You are searching for Delhi. Rejected. Is this Delhi?
Yes, but
It
it's
is
in
Delhi. But see the difference. Now tell me one thing. Suppose I'm trying to log in my Facebook account. Okay. And suppose I am trying to log in using my mobile number. Okay. And suppose my password is welcome123. So if I will write this like this, do you think Facebook will allow me to sign in or log in?
No.
No. Why?
It's a case sensitive.
The case sensitive, right? We all know that, correct? That if you have created your password with uppercase, you have to write in uppercase only. If it is a lowercase, you have to write in lowercase only. If it is a mixed case, you have to write in the same way, right? So actually same problem is occurring here. You are trying to search this daily, which has D in uppercase, but E, L, H, I are in lowercase. So when Angel will compare this with this, do you think they both are same?
No.
Of course, no. Here you see all the characters D, E, L, H, I, all the characters are in uppercase. I'm getting some background noise. Just a minute, let me mute everyone. Okay, so I'm searching D in uppercase, all of the characters in lowercase, but here everything is in uppercase. So do you think this and this, they both are same? No, it's not same. So that's why this will be rejected. And that's the reason Abdul is rejected. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Angel will move to the next record, this one. Now, do you think this Delhi and this Delhi are same?
Yes.
Yes, of course, it is same. Yeah, this D is in uppercase, this T is in uppercase, E, L, H, I are in lowercase. Here as well, E, L, H, I are in lowercase. So they both are exactly same. So finally, this record will be selected. And then engine will go to select a star. Select a star means to display all the columns. Now, these are the columns here. Okay. And finally, this record we have selected. Engine will display this record. And that's the reason Abdul has been rejected, right? But suppose I explain this to my manager that said this is the reason we cannot display Abdul. Okay. So what my manager will tell? He will tell, I don't care about your SQL queries, how it works. It is your headache, Tanveer. I'm not bothered. It is in lowercase, uppercase, or whatever it may be. That is your headache. I just want all the customers who has done transaction from daily. Hope it is clear. Whether daily is in lowercase, uppercase, or any case, that is your wish. I want all the customers who are from daily. So first of all, is the question clear here? Are you understanding the problem statement here? What is the problem here?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So now I am thinking what to do. So tell me one thing. Think over this, take your time. Okay. Don't be in a hurry and then answer. Okay. If I will write like this, do you think this will solve my problem?
No.
Why?
Only Abdul will be displayed.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Let me run this. Now this is the output. Now the problem is I'm displaying only Abdul. Now where is Tom? Tom is rejected now, right? Now if I will show this output to my manager, he will tell me what comedy you are doing, man. Now you are showing the data of Abdul. Where is Tom? You have missed Tom. So why it has happened? Because now we are searching for this daily, which is all in uppercase, right? And here then Indian will pick this Abdul all in uppercase, and that's why Abdul is getting displayed now, but Tom is rejected. So again, this is not the acceptable. It means the manager cannot accept it because now Tom is missing, right? So you have to write a single query which should give me Tom as well as Abdul in the output. This is the requirement. So is the question clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now you might be thinking that Tanvir, now you are telling uppercase and lowercase, but just few minutes back you told that it doesn't matter. You can write this in uppercase or lowercase. Everything is fine. See, this is a reserved keyword. Create. Table is a reserved keyword. Detail store is a user-defined keywords. User-defined keywords means that keywords which user has the freedom to define as per their convenience. Here the table name, retail store. Who has kept this table name? I have kept. I'm the user, right? This retailer store is the user-defined keywords. This customer ID column name. Who has kept this? I have kept this, right? But this is again user-defined keywords. So in SQL, the reserved keywords and the user-defined keywords, it is not mandatory to write this in uppercase or lowercase. It is your wish. You can write this in uppercase or lowercase. There's no restriction on that. You have full freedom here. Okay. It is not like Python or any other programming language like Unix, where you have to write everything in the proper case. Like suppose if you're practicing, if you're writing Python query, and if you write print like this, it will throw error message because there you have to write print like this only, P in lowercase, right? But in SQL will never bother you with all this cosmetic stuffs that okay, uppercase and lowercase. No, your wish. This reserved keywords, the user-defined keywords, data type you write in any case, engine will never bother you for that. Okay. But the data like here, you see this name, this location, these are data. Data is case sensitive. You have to be careful here. Okay. Hope it is clear. Okay,
Yes.
fine. Now the question is that okay, fine, Tanvir, then how to solve this, right? So for that, I will use upper keyword. I will show you how it works. Are you understanding all these things so far? Means, or you're finding it difficult to understand, or if you have any question, please feel free and ask question. Okay,
We
I have
able to.
written. Sorry, yeah, tell me.
No. We able to understand.
Okay, good, good. Okay, so now I have written this query, select staff and retail store where upper location equals daily. Okay, I will not explain this query now. Just wait for 2 to 3 minutes. Just check the output of this and just tell me yes or no. Is this the expected output?
No.
Now, this is the output. So do
Yes.
you think this is the expected one? Do you think this is the expected one?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Now see, I'm showing both Abdul and Tom. They both are from
Right.
Delhi and we are showing that data, right? So this is what my manager was expecting. So now if I will display this, my manager will be happy that yes, Tanvir, this is what I was looking for, right? Or suppose, let me show you one more thing here, one interesting thing. Suppose it is Kiran. Now, if you will check this data, 1 minute. Now, intentionally, I have inserted one more record. Okay. And now you can see the variation. This Delhi, all in lowercase. This Delhi, all in uppercase. This Delhi, D is in uppercase only, right? Okay. Now see. Now, if my manager is asking me, then will show me all the records where the location is Delhi. So it means I have to show all these records. You all agree? Yes or no?
Yes.
Correct. So now I'm going to execute the same query. Let's check it is able to capture all those records or not. Are you getting all the records?
Yes.
Yes. So that's the magic, right? I have just added upper here and I'm getting all the records. This Delhi, this Delhi, this. They all have different cases, but still I'm getting all the outputs, right? Now let's try to understand that how this query is getting executed by the SQL engine. Okay, let's start from scratch. I'm getting some background noise. Okay, I have kept everyone on mute. If you have any question, please unmute and ask. Okay. Now let's analyze this query. So first of all, tell me which keyword. I know, like now you know all those things, but still, which keyword engine will execute first?
From.
From retail store. Okay. So now this is our retail store. Okay. From task is again a copy of the retail store table. This task is over. Now after this, where keyword? What is the task of where? To apply filter, to filter the data. Okay, now listen very carefully. Okay. After that, I have written upper and within bracket, I have mentioned location, right? After where I have written upper and within bracket, I have written location. So let's try to understand the meaning of this. What is the meaning of upper and within that location? What's the meaning of this? Meaning of this is we are telling SQL engine that in the location column, whatever data you have, you please convert that in uppercase. So now see, this is the task of upper location. It means in the location column, whatever data you have, I'm telling SQL engine to convert that in uppercase. So do you think it is converted in uppercase? Yes. Now it is not visible to you. You might be thinking that Tanvir, I executed this query. I executed, but I could not see anything else converted in uppercase. It is because it is happening at the backend by the SQL engine. You see, when you're writing this query, you're getting this output, but at the backend, your SQL engine is just doing a lot of tasks. It will check the syntax, it will check the semantics, then parser will come into picture, then optimizer will come into picture. So a lot of thing happens at the backend which you don't know. So that's what at least few things you should know, that how internally engine is working, right? Suppose if there is a car mechanic or bike mechanic, if they don't know the internal mechanism, then how he can repair a bike or car, right? So similarly, we are a mechanic of SQL, right? So we have to understand how the things are working internally, correct? So upper location means this all the records, all the data in this location column has to be converted in uppercase. So engine internally in the temporary memory it will convert this in the uppercase. So you see, location, everything is converted in uppercase here. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So far clear? Are you understanding, guys?
Yes.
See this Chennai, only C was in uppercase. Now everything is in uppercase here. Pune, everything is in uppercase here, right? Okay. So this is done. Now you are searching Delhi. You are searching this DELHI all in uppercase. But my question is, this Delhi all in uppercase, you are searching in this location column or in this upper location column? Which column you are searching this?
Upper
Location.
location.
Good. Very good. See, in all the previous examples, here I was searching Delhi in location column. I'm searching Delhi in location column because I've written location equals Delhi. But here I'm searching this Delhi in upper location column. It means in this column, I'm searching this Delhi. Okay. Now, engine will search this one by one in this column. And this will be derived, and this all thing is happening internally. Like suppose you went to a restaurant, right, with your friends. You ordered a lot of dishes. You ordered biryani, you ordered Manchurian, you ordered chowmin, dosa, idli, and all those things. Okay. And then after 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or half an hour, the waiter will serve everything to you, right? But have you seen that how it is getting cooked in the kitchen? No,
No.
that is not visible to you. You have not seen that, right? Because that is happening in the kitchen at the back end, which is not visible to you. So this is what I'm showing you what is happening in the kitchen of the database or by the SQL engine, what the cook, what the chef is doing for you. That is what I'm trying to show you here. Okay. So in the upper location column, we are searching for Delhi. The engine will check one by one. So do you think this is Delhi? No. So this will be rejected. Is this Delhi? No, it is Pune. Checked it. Is this Delhi same as this Delhi? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, it will be selected. Is this Delhi same as this Delhi? Yes, of course, selected. Sorry. And this is also same as this will be selected. So these three records you have selected, but these records you have derived, like this record you have derived from this record, correct? Similarly, this record you have derived from this record, and this record you have derived from this record. So literally speaking, you actually have pointed that these records are finally selected and these records are rejected. So this is the task. This is how this is getting executed. Any questions so far?
Tanvir, so upper location column is
Hmm.
created on temporary basis, or is it
Temporary.
replace the data of
No,
location column?
no, sir, no. It is on temporary basis. I will show you that. Okay, I will prove it. But this upper location, this is on a temporary basis. It will be created in the temporary memory. And once engine will display this output, it will flush everything. It will delete all those things. Like when suppose you are preparing Maggie in the kitchen. So you will do all those things. You will take a pan and water and masala and ingredients, right? Once your Maggie is prepared, cooked, so after that you will clean the kitchen, right? So that is what. Once engine will display this output to you, it will clean all those things. So this is temporary. This is not a permanent basis.
Got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. So now then engine will go to the select star. Select star means to display all the columns. These all columns are there. And then the records which is selected. So this record has been selected. It will display this to you. Now, okay, first of all, is this clear so far? And that's why now you have all these records in the output. Same output you're getting by the SQL engine. what we have analyzed here. Okay. Now my question is, listen carefully and you all know the answer. Just you have to think and then answer. Right now, I told you that this location will be converted in uppercase, right? This has been converted in uppercase. But when I executed this query, this is the output. But in this output, I could not see that this location has been converted in uppercase. Let's check here. Do you think this is converted in uppercase, Delhi?
No.
No,
No, it has not been converted. But here I told you that everything will be converted in uppercase. Why?
because only temporarily it will convert, right? So it won't
Good.
be displayed in the front end.
Good. Because see, all this task which is happening here, this is happening where? In the kitchen, right? You are not aware of this. This is happening in the kitchen. So engine will fetch you the data from this table, which has this in the whatever the case is there, it will fetch you from this. That is why it is showing you the same data which was there in the table. You converted this in uppercase, I totally agree. But where you converted this? In the temporary memory. Is that clear? Is that clear, guys?
Yes, yes.
Any question, anyone?
No.
No? Okay. Now you can, 1 minute, just 1 minute. Now you can ask a question here. That okay, fine. Then we agree that it has been fetched from the main table, and that is why it is like this. But suppose Tanvir, I have a requirement. I want all this location, which is not looking good. This there is in lowercase, this is in uppercase, this is in proper case. I want everything, even in the display as well. I want this to be in uppercase. You are telling that this has been converted in uppercase in the temporary memory. That is fine. But I want that engine, when it is displaying it all this daily should be in uppercase. What to do for that? Is my question clear first what I'm telling?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. It means you are telling me, Tanvir, I don't like this daily in lowercase. Here this daily all in uppercase. You make everything in uppercase. So for that, what you have to do, you write the column here, customer ID, customer name, transaction amount, and then write here upper occasion. Now the meaning of this query is, okay, first of all, what is the task of select keyword? To display. Okay.
Display.
Now when you will write customer ID, customer name, transaction amount, and then upper location, it means you are telling that when you are displaying the location, first of all, convert it in uppercase and then display. So now check the output. Now do you think everything is getting displayed in uppercase?
Yes.
Yes.
Hope it is clear, right? So this upper we are using in select, it means we are telling to engine that you have to display this, right? But this upper I have used in where condition. So this will be done in the kitchen, which will not be visible to you. Hope it is clear. Hope it is clear, guys.
Yes.
Okay, if it is clear, I have a question. Tell me one thing. Select the star from. I have a question here. Right now, I have shown you this output. Here, everything was converted in uppercase. Delhi was in uppercase, right? I'm getting background noise. Please, if you're not speaking, go on mute. Entire class is getting disturbed. Okay, so now when I executed this query, so you can see that location is still this Delhi is in lowercase, this Delhi is in uppercase, this is in different case. How? This is a comedy, right? Right now, I executed this query. Everything was displayed in uppercase, but in the table again, I am checking the data. It is in the same case. Why it is happening?
We have
There's no
not
change in
updated
the
the
We are not
data.
original.
updating the records. We are
Good.
only
See, remember this, guys. This select is for display.
only.
If I have written here upper location, it means in this query, I'm telling to the SQL engine that engine, you are displaying customer ID, customer name, transaction amount. That is fine. But what about location? I'm telling to display location all in uppercase. So when engine will pick it from this table location, it will convert everything in uppercase here. But this is done for you for the display purpose. This is done for the display purpose. It doesn't mean that the engine will go in the parent table and wherever it is location, there it will convert everything in uppercase. No, select doesn't have the power to change the data of your parent table. So that is why if you will check here, always when I will tell you from, I'm taking a copy and with that copy, we are manipulating the data, right? We're not touching the original table. So that's why select doesn't have the power to modify the data of the original table. Even if it will modify in the temporary memory. That there is a separate requirement. The client can ask that no, Tanvir permanently changing the parent table, this is all in uppercase. Then for that, we have to use update keyword. We will discuss that down the line in the course. Okay. So is this discussion clear so far? Are you understanding, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Tanvir.
Clear? Okay. If it is clear, I have one more question for you. Okay. And let's change this to a star only to keep the thing simple. One more thing. In SQL, it's not necessary. It's not like Python or Java or Unix that you have to write the codes in one line or two line. Okay, no, your wish. You see here, this code I've written in 2 lines. Even I can break this in 3 lines. That is also fine. It will work. Or I can keep everything in one line. That is also fine. It will work. Okay. But I have a habit of writing select in one line, from in another line, and where in another line. Because from this, I can read the query in a better way that, okay, this is a select clause, this is a from clause, this is the where condition. Okay. So when I will execute this query, I'm getting all the customers who are from Delhi, right? We have discussed this, correct? My question is, instead of this, if I will write this, what will happen?
It won't fetch the data.
Will not fetch the data. Okay. Anyone else? Any other thought? Come on, share your thought, guys. I'm not going to charge you for that if your answer is incorrect.
Syntax error.
Sorry? Error.
It will convert the lowercase
No data
Delhi
found.
into the uppercase, right?
No data found, lowercase to uppercase.
No, I think it's displaying the data.
It will display the data. Okay.
Will convert to uppercase.
Convert to uppercase. Okay. Okay, fine. I will not execute this query now. Okay. Let's do our analysis first of all. So which keyword you will execute first?
From
From retail store. Good. So we'll take a copy of this retail store, right? Okay. This is the retail store table. Change this. Okay. From task is over. Next,
Where
where keyword. What is the task of where keyword?
to filter out the data.
To filter the data. On which column you want to filter the data now?
location.
No,
This.
no,
Upper
no, no.
location.
Upper location. You're not applying filter on location. You're applying filter on upper location. What is the meaning of upper location?
Converting into uppercase.
Good. To convert each and every record of location column in uppercase. So where this will be, and this conversion will happen where?
Backend temporarily.
At the backend in the temporary memory. Okay. So this is the upper location. Okay. Now, in this, what you are searching? You are searching Delhi.
Delhi.
Correct? No, DELHI in lowercase. You are searching here. Okay. Now tell me, is this same as? Okay, you are searching in this. Let me highlight this as well. Is this same as this? No. Rejected. Is this same as this?
No.
No. Rejected. Is this same as this? Yes or no?
No.
No.
No. So this will also be rejected. What about this?
No.
No, rejected. What about this?
No.
No, rejected. So all the records are rejected, right? So now when the engine will go to select a star to display all the columns, have you selected anything to display?
No.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
So what will be the output?
Empty. No rest. No records.
No
No
data.
data, right? So now check the output. No data. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, this is a contradictory statement. Why? See, this is a
Tanvir, we can't hear you.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes.
Speak.
Yes.
Okay, good. Something went wrong. Not sure what is happening today. Okay, so I was saying like this is a contradictory statement. Why? Here you were telling SQL engine to convert everything in uppercase, right? Correct? No. You have written upper location. It means you are telling everything to convert in uppercase. Then
Yeah.
why you are searching lowercase data in this? Right? Why you're searching lowercase data in this? Is that possible? You will get it? No, you will not get it. Right? It's like you went to Levi's showroom and you're asking for Wrangler jeans pant. Will you get that? No. Same thing you're doing here. You converted everything in upper location, uppercase. Then why you are searching lowercase data? Will you find it here? No, that's why engine is saying sorry, there's no data found. Is this clear? Is this clear?
Yes.
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 Now suppose I'm executing on this query. So generally I used to ask this question in an interview, and many participants they will answer this record that this will be the output because here DLHI are the same. They will tell that this will be the output. But no, this will not be the output. Why? Are you searching this DELHI lowercase in location column?
No.
No. You are
No.
searching in upper location. And here everything has been converted in uppercase. So that's why you will not be able to find this DELHI in lowercase here. And that's why it is saying no data found, right? Okay, what about this query?
No data found.
No data.
Again, no data found. Because this is again contradictory. You're converting everything in uppercase. Now you're searching D in uppercase, all in lowercase. Will you find this data? Of course, no.
No.
See, I will run this. Check the output. No data found. So the summary is, if you have converted this in uppercase, so this must be in uppercase only. then you will get the data. But I hope you have understood the reason for this, right? So fine, then I will stop here and then we will continue tomorrow. The next class is we have the next class tomorrow. Now, those who are interested to continue, if you found that yes, this course will help you, whatever I have explained today. So see, net during the course, each and every keyword we'll be discussing like this only, that how the keywords are getting executed. Okay. And during the course, we'll be sharing with you almost 200 to 250 assignment questions. Okay. And then we will help you in interview preparation, resume building, mock interviews, and all those things, and lifetime support on the SQL queries. If you're getting stuck somewhere in SQL, you can ask that query. We have a dedicated alumni group. We have SQL expert there who will guide you. So even if the course is over, you can ask questions. It is not like during the course only. Okay, so these are all things we provide. So I will stop here. Those who are interested to continue, you all are there in that generic group. You can connect with me on the WhatsApp on the personal window and we can proceed further. So do you have any other question, anyone?
Yes, Tanvir, I'm having a question here.
Yeah, please tell me.
Tanvir, is it possible? I mean, as you said, like we have a multiple columns in the table, right? So, if we have, for example, we have 100 columns, only we need to, I mean, to display all the columns with the upper, I mean, maybe the location will be in one column. Okay, so if we are we need to display all the columns. So what will be the code actually?
See, the simple way for this is, sorry, because this Oracle is the open source, okay, but if you're working in project and if you have Oracle or Microsoft SQL Server or Postgres, any platform, here on the left side, okay, you will get the table names. Click on the table name, and then you will get a table script option will be there. Right click on it. It will give you the entire column name with the select query. You don't have to write that. So from that, you copy it and directly paste and execute it. You don't have to write manually each and every column name there. But because here this is an open source, here we don't have that option. But if in your project you have that Oracle or Microsoft Access, no, you give it a try, you will find that option there. If it is not visible, let me know, share a screenshot. I will guide you.
Sure.
Hope I answered.
Yes, yes.
Tanvir, I have a small question. Like we did where upper location equals uppercase Delhi, right? Can we do the same with where lower location equals lowercase Delhi?
Yes, 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 yes. That we'll
Okay.
discuss tomorrow. I will show you that how it works with lower, but the concept is same. Just replace upper with lower and this Delhi with lowercase. Let me show you one example, but this we will discuss again tomorrow in detail. You see, if we want to check with lower, just write lower here. But you have to keep everything in lower here then. Now check this. Getting the same output. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll discuss this in detail tomorrow.
Tanvir, how
Tanvir,
to
one
subscribe?
more.
Yeah, please go ahead.
How to subscribe this?
Subscribe this means?
Means how can we subscribe this subscription, paid subscription here?
You just you have my WhatsApp number?
No.
Don't have. I think I have shown you that. Just a minute. Okay, I'm sharing my number on the. I think it was there. Just a minute. Let me show that. Downloads. It's that. It is. We can download that. Right. Make a note of my number. This
Okay,
is my
okay, got
number,
it.
and this is our admin number. You can connect with any one of us on WhatsApp. We will guide you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. No problem. Next question.
Tanvir, I'm just pinging a code, whether it will be execute or not. I'm just pinged.
Upper
That's all.
location where location equals daily. This will work, but this will give you only those records where location is daily, and that will convert that. Actually, this code, I mean, it is fine. It will work, okay, and you will get only those records where location is daily, okay. But this doesn't make sense here. because already you are filtering those records where Delhi is in uppercase. It doesn't make sense to convert that again in uppercase, right? See, it will give you Delhi uppercase data only. See, it is there, right? But it is already a Delhi uppercase, so no need to again convert that in uppercase. Even if you remove this upper, it will be in uppercase only because you're filtering that data only, uppercase Delhi.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Any other question, anyone?
Can you quickly tell the difference between DBMS and RDBMS?
Okay, quickly, it's not possible because this is a big word actually, DBMS and RDBMS. DBMS stands for Database Management System. RDBMS is Relational Database Management System. And again, there is a concept of this. In this, then you have a concept of NoSQL and many other things. Relational Database Management System, what happens? Like the data, what I'm showing you here, like all this, any one table, this table. See, all this data of this particular record, they are related to each other. Related in the sense, from this you can understand that, oh, Tanvi is talking about a customer whose name is John. His ID is 2, transaction amount is 6,000, and the location is Chennai, right? You can draw a conclusion or you can understand something from this. So when you are storing data in table format, in columns and rows, where they make some sense, means from that you can understand something about the data. That is known as the Relational Database Management System, RDBMS. And there you store data in tables, columns, rows, whatever I'm teaching you now. Okay. So then again, you have hierarchical and many other database systems. That's a big topic of discussion actually. But whatever we are discussing now in the course, that will be DBMS and RDBMS. And your entire data or data related projects, ETL, they all work on this only. This is the main, what I can say, ground. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Any other question? No problem.
Then as you say, like, there is any app to install in our mobile or what?
We will guide you everything once we have the final list of participants. Then after 1 o'clock, we will tell you about all these things. We have an app, Technist Academy on Play Store, but that we will guide you. In the target group, no, those who are already made the payments, we have added them in the target group. Many of you have already there in the target group, those who have made the payment. So then we will slowly guide you. Don't worry about all those things. We will guide you each and every step.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, no problem. Okay, fine then, guys. Do you have any other question, anyone?
Hi.
No? Okay, fine.
No.
So
Thank you very
we
much
have
for the
the
lovely session.
thank you, thanks a lot. So we have the regular classes from tomorrow. It's a weekend batch, Saturday and Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. IST. Next class is tomorrow at the same time. We will share the invite now in the target group only. Those who are interested to proceed with this course, to join this course, you can connect. I have already shared my number here. You can connect with me on the WhatsApp. Okay. Although almost many of the seats are blocked, we have few seats left. So means plan accordingly as per your convenience. Okay. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.